Well, everybody that's watching, thanks for being patient with us. So, in case you missed it last time, the party fought a bunch of gnolls. The gnolls ran away after doing some sort of weird blood magic. The blood magic was dispelled by Animas, and then Animas approached the party about going to the Earth Ashari. The party decided that it would probably be best if he went by himself, while the rest of the group uh, helped fix the village that they discovered. And that is where we find ourselves today. So, Animus, you stayed in the town through the night. You woke up early because you knew it would be a kind of a long journey.
I did,
Um,
yes.
so you wake up. It's probably about 3 in the morning. You do have all your spell slots back and everything,
Awesome. Let me grab a pencil. It's
uh,
right behind my computer.
and like your wild shapes and stuff like that.
Sweet.
Um,
I'll just use
Look at
my
that
head.
fairy tale symbol. Anime fans, check that out. Anyway, uh, so what are you gonna do? The Earth Ashari, to your best knowledge, are northwest of your current location.
I'll go ahead and get up, and I'll go outside, kind of look around, see if anyone's doing any work. Maybe there's
Be
not.
quiet.
Yeah, there's not really much I can do. I'll just be quiet, make sure there's nothing like that I have to. Is there anything that's like any of those fires like kind of like burning a little too heavily, or is it all good?
Um, no, they're kind of just like there's just heat coming off of them, not really any flame.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and kind of look around, just take a because this is the first time I've left my group since for like probably the past
You guys met?
2.5
Yeah,
months of traveling
yeah,
together.
roughly.
And then I'm gonna turn into a giant eagle and start flying north towards the best of my ability, where the Earth Ashari's home is, Terrah.
I need you to make a survival check.
All right. 19 plus.
Okay. So, you begin flying. A few hours pass. The sun is beginning to rise in the east, and you gauge it, and you know that you're going northwest. Um, you fly for a while. It seems as though like you see a flock of geese that are flying from up north. Um, they're coming from the north south, and they see you and they actively avoid you because of your really big size. Um, you continue going. I need you to make a perception check.
All
So
right.
you've been flying for about 3 hours, taking little breaks here and there. Wait, how long does your beast shape last, if I remember correctly?
It should be. I don't have the book with me. It's like my
Here, I'll
level.
look.
Yeah, it's like my level divided by something something something. I'm gonna make.
Because I just want to make sure that you can, like,
I can fly for at
stay
least
as
like
a giant eagle.
3 hours. I think. At least 3 hours.
Let's
Um,
see here.
and I can also reset it if I want to use both beast shapes in one day. Where's it?
Okay, so you can stay in equal to the half your druid level, rounded down.
I'm a level. My druid level is a level 8, because so four
So you
hours.
can stay in it for 4 hours. So you woke up at 3. It's about 6 in the morning now. The sun's starting to rise. What'd you roll in that perception check?
14 plus. My perception is a 10 plus 10 right now, so 24.
Got those eagle eyes. Okay, so you look down at the floor. You're flying over a forest.
Oh, I didn't use the eagle's perception. I do not have that up right now. But it's probably still like at least a 19 or 20.
Still got those eagle eyes. So you see movement in the trees down below.
Okay.
You get a little bit lower. You see a pack of gnolls that are currently heading. You're heading northwest. They're heading north.
Okay. Is that the same pack of gnolls that I can see?
It is
Okay. How much time have I been flying so far?
about 3 hours.
Okay. Um, if I remember correctly from Keyleth and maybe telling me about what the Aramente kind of has to offer, am I gonna need my beast shape for it at all?
She did not tell you much of what it was like. It's kind of like learn as you go sort of thing. Like that's part of the test.
Uh,
Um,
I might get there and like take a rest. I think I can get a short
that's up to
rest.
you. That's entirely up to you. You might, and I mean, the Ashari aren't going to be like, "You're here now. Take the
Yeah,
test. Get
I
out."
think I can take a
It's
short
not like
rest.
a time thing.
I can't fully read it.
What?
I think I can regain my wild shape in a short rest. So I think I'm gonna follow the gnolls a little bit. Um, Even if I can't, I'll take a long rest. But you can check that real quick while I'm talking.
See here?
So I think my plan is I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, it's short or long rest if I took the thing of the moon, the path of the moon or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and just follow the gnolls a little bit just to kind of see where they're heading. So, because
Okay.
I've got about an hour left on this one.
So you follow them for about 20 minutes. You stay up high so that they can't see you, or they think you're just some random bird.
Yeah.
Um, they eventually get to um, a mountain,
Okay.
and you see them go into a small tunnel that is in this mountain at the bottom of it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of cut off and start heading the direction back towards the direction of Terra.
Okay, so you head back
Making
northwest.
a mental note like of where that would be on the
Position.
map. Yeah. Of like kind of like
So let
however
me
Animus
make
would
a
be
connection.
able to however Animus would be able to figure that out with his expert forgery and like all his smarts and stuff, just like whatever,
So
like
you're currently in the Wildwood. If I'm, yeah, you're currently in the Wildwood. So yeah, this is like the base of the Cliff Keep Mountains.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah, you know
I'll
where vaguely where it is.
okay, yeah, I'll just kind of like keep that a mental note and I'll mark that on the map when I get whenever I get to my destination. I'll reset my giant eagle as I'm flying so that I don't like fall out of it or anything.
Yeah, so you're flying and you start to feel your feathers retract back into your wings, and then you are like, oh, and then you readjust. So you continue flying. The forest gives way to mountain range.
Okay.
Hello.
Sorry,
Um,
she's grabbing some real quick.
it's fine. You're fine. Gives me a chance to get a drink. Um, so the trees begin to give way, and you see. You remember this mountain range a little because this is near where um, you fought Cran and the Baylor and stuff.
Oh, is
This
this
is
where we
the
ended
Cliff
up?
Keep mountain range.
Okay.
Yeah, this is around where you were.
And that's a similar spot to where the gnolls were, so they're kind of behind me a little bit now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you continue going. Um, you eventually find there's a small like I wouldn't call it a forest, but there is like dotted trees every once in a while, a break in the mountain range.
Okay.
Um, and then you see a path that's going straight up a mountain.
I guess I'll follow that. It seems like a pretty. If it's a used path, then it's something used by
So as you're
someone.
getting higher, it's getting colder and colder, and your wings start to actually like the ends of your wings start to get a little icy
Do I see
as you're going.
any like torchlight or anything in the distance? Maybe a campfire light.
Make a perception check or an investigation check. I'll let you choose.
Neither of them are going to be good. Oh, I mean, giant eagle's perception. I'm not sure what it is. I don't get my own perception right. For perception, it's a giant eagle. Fuck. I think an eagle's a 6 or 5. I'd either have an
All
8
right,
or a
what'd you roll?
9. I rolled a 3. It wasn't good. So
Nice. Um, it's the middle of the day. It's kind of hard to see torchlight when it's like
yeah,
noon.
I'll
But
start to kind
you do
of.
continue to see this path.
Okay, I'll start to kind of lower down to the path in case it gets too cold for my wings.
So you see there's a few people walking, like hiking this trail. It looks like it's a commonly used hiking trail.
Okay.
People are just walking around. It seems as though it's a lot of older people, uh, just kind of enjoying the scenery. It looks like they're maybe from like a local village around here.
I'll go ahead and drop kind of like where there's not really many people, even though I don't know if a druid would be too weird to see
Yeah, you
around
get
this
up
area.
the trail where no one is yet, and then you land.
And then I'm going to come out of my wild shape, and I'm
Okay.
going to start walking towards, just kind of like continue up, and then whenever I meet, I'm just kind of waiting to meet some people.
So you walk a good, and so this trail like winds around a mountain.
Yeah.
So you continue walking for about 20 minutes, just getting higher and higher. The air is getting a little thinner as you get higher, but you're used to this sort of thing, being from Zephyra.
Yeah.
So you get about 20 minutes up, and you see a older man who's sitting on like what looks like a stone carved bench. And he's just kind of sitting there. A few birds are in front of him. He's throwing out some bird seed.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to him then. Excuse me. Um, well, I was wondering, do you travel this path much, or the mountain much?
I guess you could say that. I've been up here a lot these 70 years.
Well, that's good news. Do you know of any possible villages or established places up here that may uh,
Well, I don't know anything about up here. There's a shrine up top.
shine?
Uh, yeah, just a little shrine. You know, the village built it back about, when was it? About 100 some years ago. But no villages up here. It's pretty cold. It's pretty
Yeah.
cold.
How much farther do you think the top is?
Oh, haven't been up there in years. Probably another hour.
Another hour. That's not too bad. And you haven't seen any excess of animals in the area, or
Nope, just the birds. A few goat every once in a while.
okay. Thank you, sir. I'll be on my way.
You're welcome.
No problem. Have a good walk.
Oh, one thing. Make sure you have something to put on the shrine. There's legends around here of spirits who don't take kindly to those who don't leave some sort of gift.
What kind of things do you usually put on the shrine?
Uh, oh, you know, food. Sometimes if you're feeling like it, you put a little bit of alcohol up there for them spirits.
All right. Well,
But
I'll be sure to do
food.
that. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep
All right.
traveling.
Well, you have a good time of it.
You too, sir.
So you keep walking. Um, you get to the shrine, and it is a very basic shrine. You see that like the trail narrows from being like three people wide to being one person. Essentially, you'd have to walk like single file.
Yeah.
Um, you see that there are torches, or not torches, like candles that are like every few inches up to the shrine, and then opens up into. So there's like a small. There's a small like base to this, and then the peak goes even further up, but the shrine is here.
Is there
You see it
anything?
as a bell that is just going.
Is this being like hit by the wind a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. It seems as though the bell is just in constant motion,
Okay.
just always just.
I'm gonna go ahead and start casting detect magic as a ritual, and then I'm also gonna kind of go up and place just a bit of the food that I have, kind of like
Okay.
the morsels of food that I have on the shrine, just to kind of.
And you get up there and you see there's. It doesn't look like many people have been up here in a while. There's nothing really left, but the torches are still lit. And by your detect magic, you notice that they are lit by a light spell. They will not go out basically forever unless magic were to put them out.
Okay. Can I look at any writing on the
Go ahead and make a investigation check.
thingy? That's a little better. I have to make sure I can read which one's my investigation. um, I have a picture that someone sent me of my
Because someone
stats that I
forgot
have.
his character sheet, his house.
Well, I have like these ones here, and I had these fine last time. I think it's just a +2, so I'm at a 15.
15. Okay, so you start looking around, and so the bell itself is hanging from a rock structure that the rocks go here and here. It's a very basic shrine. You do notice written above the bell, though, is something in Druidic.
Awesome. I had a slight feeling about that, so I'll go ahead and read that.
Okay, so it says, "In the absence of everything else, I am here."
Have I seen something like this before? Maybe
Uh,
Zephyr.
no, like, so the only time you've ever seen something kind of like this is when you went into that dungeon with the riddles. So it
Yeah.
appears that this might be a riddle.
In the absence of everything else, I'm here. Oh man, Jacob.
The wind howls, the bell, the flames still flicker on these torches. It's very quiet up here, though. All that you can really hear is the wind.
Yeah, I would assume the Earth would be probably the answer to the riddle, so I'm gonna take a rock and kind of just place it near, like where I would assume I should place it for this riddle.
So you put the rock, nothing happens.
Okay, this might take a sec.
The wind continues to howl as the bell.
Sorry to people who may figure this out before me.
Please do not put the answer in chat.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I'm not. I'm gonna try not to read the chat for a sec.
In the absence of everything else,
I am here.
I am here.
Is it? I would assume it's the wind too, but I was guessing Earth first because it's the Earth Ashari. So, um,
Sun's about a little over noon, so it's probably around 1 now.
oh man, this is gonna be so embarrassing for me to try to
You're
figure this
fine.
out for like 10
Some
minutes.
riddles are harder than others.
I don't know if I have an air spell though, so
The bell continues. Boom, boom. Fires flicker.
I'm gonna stop the bell.
Okay, how are you gonna do that?
Dispel
Are you
magic.
just gonna grab like the
No,
clack? I don't know what it exactly is called. What is that thing in the bell called? Is that a clacker? I'm just gonna call it a clacker.
It's so it's all by magic, right? It's all being kept up by magic.
So the bell is being moved by the wind.
Okay. I'm just gonna
But-
grab the bell. Just hold it.
Okay, so you grab the bell, you wait a second, and then you see a stone slab slide down.
Sweet.
That's further beyond the shrine.
Awesome.
The answer was silence.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of just let the bell go and start walking towards the stone slab.
So, the peak of the mountain, the slab, like, so peak, and then the slab is like in the mountain and it slides down.
Yep.
So you go through, and you see a staircase that is dimly lit by torchlight, and it descends down.
Okay. I'm assuming I know that this is probably the Earth Ashari's like area because of Druidic and stuff. So I'm not gonna like timidly go into this or anything, but I am gonna walk pretty like not like super anxiously or anything. I'm just gonna walk at a normal pace.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, staircase just continually going down.
Great.
An hour passes. You eventually see at the bottom there's a light at the end.
Nice.
You don't know how far you've gone down, but you assume it's pretty far.
Feels like it's been a pretty long time. I'm gonna say that I stopped once or twice for a quick little like water break maybe.
Yeah, because that's a lot of stairs.
Yeah, that's a lot of stairs.
You could probably have like turned into a small bird and flew down a little. And
May have cast guidance on myself once or twice just to kind of like maybe be able to keep my endurance up.
so you get to the end. Light at the tunnel. You step out. You are now in a valley. A few trees sporadically placed, but they're not growing in soil. They're growing out of the rock.
Okay.
And you see random protrusions of rock just shooting out in all random directions. You see, it's like a bowl shape, and the bowl itself, there are rock slides that some look very old, some look very recent. You continue down and you see in more of the center of the bowl trenches dug just every few feet. You also see at the center is a small village with a few different huts that are made from stone or earth.
Awesome. Is there like a clear path over there? Or is it kind of just a?
So it's a zigzag path like down into this that you would have to traverse.
Yeah, I'll just start walking down the path.
Okay, so you get about halfway down. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's not great. 11.
11. Okay.
Oh,
So you're walking and you feel.
No, yeah, 11. It's 11.
Okay. You feel the ground beneath you start to shake and tremble. You look over to your right and you see two juts of rock, one coming up, one going into here. The rock pierces the other, sending this shard flying towards you. You duck out of the way as the slab comes flying over you, shattering on the floor. You regain your footing.
All right.
And you continue on.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself while I'm walking, just in case.
Okay, you now get down to the base. You notice as you get more attuned to this environment, that the further out from the center of the bowl, the more sporadic the rock formation is. It looks as though the Ashari here have discovered where the ground is most stable, and that is where they live. And the trenches, you see a few of the trenches have boulders in them, and it looks as though they were built maybe to protect from random rock slides.
Okay.
As you get closer, you get close to a trench and you see a head poke up. It looks to be an older gentleman.
I'll slow down a little bit.
Pointed ears.
Just to kind of like not.
Very weathered, leathery skin. You see he's wearing furs and like darkened leathers to it looks as though to kind of reflect the earth environment that they're around. He says, "Hello?
Hello there. I believe.
Who are you?"
Well, my name is Animas. I'm on a journey right now, and I believe I've come to the correct destination. Is this by chance Terrah?
Yes. What is your business here?
Well, I've been sent here by Keyleth on the Aramente. I have a letter written by her.
Do you have information supporting this claim?
Yeah. I'm gonna pull up the letter. I gave what was her name? Annie. I gave Annie a copy of the letter. I have the real letter still, so I'm gonna hand him the letter.
He grabs it. He pulls out some glasses, puts them on.
Nice.
Everything seems to be in order. He hands back the letter. Please come with me and mind your step. Things can get a little shaky.
Yes, I noticed that a little earlier. So, thank you.
He climbs out of a trench. The trenches are probably about 6 feet deep.
Okay.
So he climbs out of a ladder. They're, I would say, 6 feet deep and probably like 5 feet wide. Pretty big trenches. And you see it just rows upon rows upon rows. Probably 15 rows of trenches. And for the sake of levity, we'll say you get through all of them.
Nice.
So you get to the interior of the village. You see multiple different druids walking around. A few of them are missing, like, you see one is missing a hand. You see another wears an eye patch. It looks like these people have been through a lot, and that this environment is a little bit more dangerous than what you come from. Because Earth hurts,
Makes
whereas wind
sense.
blows.
Wind, wind blows, earth
uh,
hurts, fire's hot, and water's wet.
is water wet? Anyway, wait here one moment. I'll go get the headmaster.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of look around.
So, yeah, you look around a little bit. There aren't. Basically, everyone here is like in their 30s or more, relative to like elf. You see elves, dwarves, a few dragonborn, but mostly humans.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hang on a second. Gotta. Uh, and you just notice that these people are a little bit more like weathered in general. It looks like the elements are a little bit more brutal here. But you do notice one thing, that the temperature here, as opposed to the temperature on the mountain, is, excuse me, probably a 30-degree difference. It is actually quite warm here. It feels kind of like it's probably about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly.
Nice. So
Very
it's a
temperate.
yeah, it's a pretty like early spring, maybe late spring type of weather here, depending on where you live.
So, um, about 5 to 10 minutes, about 10 minutes pass. The elf comes back out with him. A kind of shorter man, probably around 5'8", white hair, and you see his skin is very leathery. It's very like wind scarred. Um, Multiple tans have gotten this man's skin to the consistency of a nice tanned hide. You see tattoos that start on his cheeks, go down his neck, and then cross at his chest, and then go down both of his arms. And every so often, there's a chunk like missing out of the tattoo, so it'll be 3 lines, chunk missing, three
does
lines, and
does
they go all
the
the way to his fingertips.
does the headmaster wear like a specific like thing that makes them the headmaster? Like, do they have a certain robe or like necklace
You
or
don't
something?
notice anything different. You see that he's wearing like a like kind of a smock-like shirt with like a small covering like jacket thing over that's very flowy.
Okay.
He looks to be in his, I would say, 80s, very old human man, stark white hair, and he comes over to you
Thanks. Sorry, I was getting a coke real quick.
as you get a drink. He comes over to you. Oh, you must be who Keyleth sent. We've
Um,
been waiting for you.
yes, well, I found a group of people that well, we've been carrying out a few
It's always good
quests.
to have friends.
Yes, I've.
Where are they? Did they get lost on the mountain?
No, no. They know the direction to head. I would ask maybe if you could send out maybe a couple people. I know we've only just met, but they are expecting to head this way in a couple
Just a quick
days.
question, because I always forget scaling. How tall are you?
I'm about. I think I'm
I always forget how,
4'11".
like, I keep his height.
4'11". I'm 4'11".
Okay, so you're kind of looking up to him. It's about, like, I would say this much of a well, probably like this,
Okay.
difference-wise. Height.
All right. Um.
Well, my boy, we will discuss that later, but I believe you're here for another reason.
Well, yes, I am. I'm here for the Aramente. I have.
Why?
Well, it's not
I
the.
assume that I am your first leg of this journey.
Yes. Well, I'm.
Well then, I must know, why do you go on this journey?
Well, it's. It's a good question. It's not an easy one for me to answer because it's not the normal reason that you would come across. I have no intention of becoming a headmaster myself, and I have no full
Yes,
need.
it is out of order. We are making a special exception for you.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not looking for a longer life or anything, and I'm not looking to become the headmaster, even though both of those things are possibilities with this quest. But after speaking with Keyleth, I understand that this is the best way she could think of to allow me to gain as much power as possible for an immediate threat, not only in my life but to the world itself.
Or is a good thing to have, but in certain hands it can be dangerous.
You are correct, and this journey's been one that has definitely tested me more already than I can ever think of, and I just hope that this first leg of the quest may be able to clear my mind a little better than me
Starts
journeying
stroking his chin.
with some friends of mine. And even after this quest, I still have two more. So there's a lot for me to conquer still. So
It appears to me that you don't quite know why you're on this journey, but that's why they send you to me first. Please, follow me.
all right.
He begins to lead you. He leads you back out, not the way you came, but further away.
Okay.
Um, the village again, it's very collected in the center, and then it starts to get sparser. And you see there's trenches on this side too. But instead of walking down into the trench, now I would normally get into the trenches, but I am getting kind of up there in age, so please indulge me. You see his fingertips begin to glow with magic as he lifts up, and you see slabs of earth rise up, making a bridge over the trenches.
Okay.
You guys walk over. Now, what you're about to see, few have that aren't in the Earth Ashari, so please, mum is the word.
Um, I
So he
understand.
leads you. The ground now is at a constant shaking. There's like a constant trembling.
Okay.
You see small cracks begin to form in the ground as you're getting closer, and it looks like these cracks are always expanding and contracting. It looks like it's all like a heartbeat almost. Just
Weird.
as you get closer, these fissures get wider until eventually, if you fall into one of these fissures, you don't know if you'd reach the bottom. You get to a glowing energy. It looks like a giant hole in the ground with a brownish golden light emanating from it. All right, get in the hole.
Um, what?
Can you not hear? Sometimes I forget if people can hear me. Get in the hole.
Well, I know what you said. I could hear you. I'm just. Are you gonna give me a reason why, or is this just
The reason why will be told in the hole.
is this just part of the test? Do I just need to
It's
trust?
part of the test. Or it might not be. I don't know. I'm getting kind of old.
Well, um, can I get your name first, please, before I just
Oh, yeah. My name is Headmaster Patisse.
Patisse?
I've been the headmaster here a very long time.
How do you spell
I was
Patisse?
the one that instructed your mentor.
How do you spell Patisse, Jacob?
So, for those who need to know, Patisse, PA''TICE.
And he instructed Keyleth. Cool.
Now, I will join you in the hole. Please jump in the hole.
Uh, I jump in the hole.
Okay, so you jump in the hole. As you jump in the hole, you feel your body almost contract, and the pressure in here is great. And then you break through. It's almost like there's like a quicksand bubble that you burst through, and you begin to fall and fall. And as you're falling, you see the different layers of the earth unfold, or the planet, because we're technically not on Earth. I guess Earth is. Anyway, semantics. So you begin to fall through. You see the crust, the mantle. You eventually think it's the core, and then you land. Standing next to you is Patisse.
What?
Ah, now wasn't that fun?
Uh,
It's been a while since I've been down here.
what? Yeah.
Oh, yes, confusion. This is the Earth Elemental Plane.
Oh.
Did Keyleth ever take you to the Air Elemental Plane? Is this your first time changing planes?
No, I was able to visit one time, but it's been a long time since I've done that.
Stick with me, and you won't get lost. Now, be mindful, there are very large creatures down here, and the Earth Elementals do not take kindly to strangers, so please, stick with me. This area, it's a desert. Like, the entire area just looks like a giant desert. But the dunes themselves shift and sway. Rocks jut out from the dunes every once in a while. The wind is just constantly blowing. There's sand just going into your eyes, except you have goggles.
I
So
do.
your goggles are protecting you from the sand.
Well, that's if I have them on. I can throw them on though, just to help myself get protected from them.
I assumed you had them on.
I don't always have them on. Only in the dark do I like put them on. So I'll put
Oh,
them.
I see you came prepared with goggles. Smart thinking.
Yes.
Eventually it won't bother you, though. So you guys continue. He stops you for a second as you see a very large creature begin to walk through. I need you to make a nature check.
It's not bad. Not bad. That's intelligence, right?
Yes.
13.
Okay. So Batiste stops you, and his very carefree demeanor immediately drops. Okay, listen to me very closely. Don't make a sound. Don't make a sound. Walking past a very large, bigger than any dragon you've ever read of. This thing is probably 40 feet tall.
Is it a giant turtle?
It's got two. No, it is not a giant turtle.
Damn it! I thought it was a giant turtle.
You see two stocky legs, a giant reptilian tail, and kind of small-ish arms begin to walk by. Every footfall feels like an earthquake. You guys both stand motionless. It looks around. Continues to walk on. You still hear the footfalls, even though on the horizon it's gone.
What was that?
Whew, that was scary. I haven't seen that in a while.
What was?
That's most people's reaction. Continue. Let's go.
Can you? Okay. I get
So,
the feeling
you guys
that
walk.
I should be understanding more as I just experience it instead of just asking all the questions.
You continue to walk for about another 20 minutes. Eventually, you get to, you see on the horizon trees. You haven't seen trees down here. It's a desert. How could there be trees? You continue in. There's a small oasis, and you see a small hut. Oh, we're almost there. Let's keep going. Come with me. You guys go in. You see that small oasis has a small hut. He enters. What are you doing?
I guess I just enter in with them. Can I kind of like look around real quick?
Yeah, so you look around. You see off to the left of you a cyclone, a sandstorm brewing. And you swear you see eyes in that sandstorm. And then you look further in, you see these giant rock monsters just
Have I
walking
read
through.
anything about or like heard anything about like kind of like some of these creatures in the?
So the tornado thing you have not heard of, but the rock creatures are most likely earth elementals.
Yeah. Okay. Are there similar kind of like creatures? I believe I would have been to the air or the plane of.
Yeah, so there's air elementals.
Yeah. Are there similar like
But-
creatures like just like really like out there mystical creatures on the plane of air?
Yeah, there's weird, like, there's drakes that their bodies are mainly comprised of swirling air and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's flying turtles.
I won't be
things of that.
too surprised by what I'm seeing then, for the most part.
No,
Other
it's
than that,
just a different flavor. It's like when you order a different thing at a restaurant that you've been to 100 times.
yeah. The one thing I am a little bit confused on is that giant thing. Not confused, but like just interested in like what it was. But
The dinosaur-looking thing. Just to be
was
clear, it was a giant dinosaur.
was it a giant T Rex?
It's kind of like that.
Okay, it was kind of like
Okay,
a giant T Rex.
kind of like a giant T-Rex.
All right, sounds good. I'll enter the hut then with them.
Okay, so you pull back the shade. You see Patisse sitting on the floor, legs crossed, and you see a small fire burning and a teapot on the fire. Please sit down, Animas.
Okay.
Well, what I'm going to tell you, you do not tell anyone. I don't care if they're your child, your spouse, your best friend. You tell no one. You don't even tell your master what happens here.
But wouldn't she have already been through this to get to where she
It's
is?
different for everyone, my son.
I would expect so, I guess. Well, I won't tell anyone then.
Did she tell you what she went through?
I guess not, no.
Good. Good. She's always been a good one. Now, I need you to clear your mind. Do not think about why you are here. Do not think about your friends away somewhere else. I need you to clear your mind of all thought.
Uh, it's been hard to clear my mind recently. Jacob, how easy is it for me to clear my mind with a demon currently in my head?
So you have not actually had contact with the demon yet, so you don't even know
Yeah.
if it's in your head or not. Just to be fair. Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
23.
23. So at first, all you can think about is the things he's telling you not to think about, which is usually what happens. You begin to think about your friends, how they're doing. You think about your mission and why you're here. But then eventually you just listen to the sandstorm blowing outside and the fire crackling. The wood begins to burn. The teapot, as it's slowly simmering, you concentrate, and you eventually get to a calm state. Maybe not an empty mind state, but definitely a more calm state. Oh, well, I believe you're ready. He pulls out a small mug, or I would say cup, and he pours the tea in. He hands you the cup. Now, the things you're about to see might seem real, but they're not. And remember, Earth is a solid thing, but it can also be malleable. We learn many things from the Earth. Constant change, constant reflection. And I'll be here if things get too out of hand.
I Is this my quest then? Is this the first Aramente? Is it just drinking some tea and
He pokes you on the forehead. I said to clear your mind.
I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna just kind of like I'm gonna get rid of the thoughts of getting rid of the thoughts of my group isn't too hard because I know that they're in a no not in a bad way. And I know that they're not in an area of danger right now. They are currently helping a town rebuild, and getting rid of the thoughts of the Ashari's a little harder. Getting rid of the thoughts of of the Baylor that may or may not be listening or seeing everything I'm doing right now is a little harder, and then getting rid of the thoughts of the growing danger of Asmodeus and the where my parents could be is the hardest part. But I'll close my eyes and I'll try to eventually just get that out of my mind really quick so that I can complete this first step, knowing that that's what's going to take me to a point of being able to get to a powerful level of getting rid of all the bad things that I'm thinking about.
And he places the cup in your hands. Without looking, you take a drink. Do it! Take a drink! You continue with your eyes closed. He says, now remember, just remain calm. And as he says calm, you hear it echo. Calm, calm, calm. Your eyes shoot open. Around you is nothing but darkness. You hear moaning and screaming. You look in front of you, and you see a young drow elf woman who is currently bleeding from one of her eyes. Her ears are missing, and you look to your left and you see another drow elf who looks familiar to you.
How familiar?
Pretty dang familiar. This is Incubus.
Uh, oh.
Now listen closely, boy.
Oh no.
This is my first lesson. And then he holds up his hand, and you see her body begin to lift as she screams out in pain. You look at her, she looks you in the eyes, and then nothing. The vision fades again. You're now back in your chambers that you had while in the Shadowfell. You see your small room. You're broken off from the other Kinku. You're in your own room. There's books on different things. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'll go and pick up one of the books that I remember most. I would assume it has something to do on basic magic that he had begun to teach me when I was young.
So, this book is full of necromancy. It's a necromancy wizard's spell book. There's different writings in the margins of what bodies are best for reanimation, what bodies you can feed to your zombies to make them better. It's essentially a zombie recruitment / cultivation book. You see written in a very gnarled, like, scrawl of handwriting. Remember this one. This one is important. Things like that. It seems as though Incubus has taken a shine to you, but you don't know why. The door to your room opens.
Oh, something also. I think I told you about I think I texted you about this. I never told everyone about his full name because, like,
Oh, don't worry, I'm not using his full name.
Okay, yeah. So I never told everyone about his full name. But Incubus is kind of like his, like, given name. I haven't fully built that in. I'm sorry for kind of breaking out of character for a sec, but I would
Your door opens.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I never read much of the book. I kind of focused on some of the simple stuff, and because I knew and kind of, like, did have feelings on how evil a lot of the stuff he taught was, I didn't really. I tried to stay away from some of the harsher stuff, but it was really hard to stay away from it since he was constantly pressuring me. Oh, your mic cut out.
I was just talking softly.
Oh, okay.
I was stage whispering, apparently a little too soft. So your door swings open.
All right.
There's no one on the other side.
I'm gonna put the book back on the shelf where it goes, and I'm gonna go to the door.
So you go into the hallway. This is a black stone structure. The walls made of a black, dark stone, almost obsidian-like in nature. Almost a glass kind of tint to them. You see down the hall, on both sides, it seems as though it's endless. There's no opening. There's no big doors. There's nothing. It's just blackness in both directions.
There's nothing in either direction.
It's just endless black.
I mean,
You stand there, befuddled. And then you hear off to the right screams. And it sounds like your master has started another torture session. To the left, though, you hear pickaxes.
Well, I'm gonna go. I have to go right. I can't miss. I can't miss a torture. I would. My parents would end up getting hurt if I missed a torture session from the master.
You begin walking, and you hear a man's screams. But that voice it's familiar. It's just screaming out in pain. You get to the torture room, and it's your master who is currently being lifted as his limbs are being pulled in every direction. And you see a cloaked figure standing in front of what looks like a small portal.
Uh,
Dare not defy me again, Incubus. And he looks at you, and you see glimmering red eyes under the hood. He smiles to you. Hello, boy. And then he goes back through the portal.
have I seen him before? During this.
If you have, you don't remember him.
Okay.
Your master, breathing heavy on the floor, coughing up blood.
I'm gonna
You haven't seen him in this state before. You've never seen him defeated before.
I'm just gonna kind of like look down and pretend like, kind of almost like I'm not paying attention to the fact that he has been like this severely wounded in a
Make a
situation.
performance check.
Performance. Oh no.
That's great.
Performance 10.
He shoots up. Did you see something, boy? He grabs you by the collar, slams you into the wall.
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
He throws you back down to the floor. Go see what your filthy parents are doing.
Yes, sir.
Leave me. You walk out. Your vision fades once again. You get to the mines. You're standing there. You see all around you different races, but mostly Kinku, just hammering away with pickaxes at this black stone. You see to your left your mother, who is currently working. You don't see your father, though. You don't know where he is.
I'm gonna walk over to my mom. I'm kind of more confused than in a state of like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen her in forever. So I'm just gonna walk over to her, not like, oh my gosh, it's my mom, but like, mom, have you seen father anywhere?
She wipes the sweat from her brow. She kind of looks around. You see, towards the top, there are these strange shadow figures, glowing red eyes, kind of distended arms that are too long for their bodies, and fangs. And they're looking down at you. She says, act like you're working.
Oh, second, real
Hands you a
quick.
pickaxe.
This might be a little bit also weird. Sorry about this. I'm the only Kinku who has their own voice. So
Yeah,
okay,
it was in your voice.
okay, cool. Yeah, because she can copy what she's heard.
She can copy you because she hears you.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Kinku are weird.
I'm gonna pick up a. For anyone watching right now, just a quick point of order on Kinku. Technically, they don't have their own voice. They can only mimic other people and what they hear. But because of my background, I was given a stolen voice by my master that I'm currently going through this vision quest with. So I'm gonna pick up a pickaxe and I'm just gonna start working just like my mom told me to.
So you guys are working. She motions over to you. You see, further in the mine, your dad is currently carrying this stone. He's got a cart. The cart doesn't have wheels. It looks like the wheels were intentionally taken off because that's harder work. You see him and another Kinku carrying this cart full to the brim with this stone.
I'm gonna just keep working because I know how dangerous it can be to come out of the work
Your
line.
dad stumbles. The rock falls forward. You see one of the dark stalker looking things swoop down with its wings. It lifts him up, snarling in his face. He looks not frightened, but concerned. He looks over to you.
I stop for a sec and I kind of hold the pickaxe at my side and look at him.
He gives you a look, and then they carry him off down the hallway where you came.
I cry a little bit, um,
Okay.
and then I just kind of go back to working, but
You see your
ignoring.
mom is also crying a little.
I'm kind of holding back tears more because I know that they don't like it when we show too much
Tears
emotion.
for not goodness.
Yeah.
You continue banging. Your vision fades. You can still hear the pickaxe ping, ping, ping. Then your vision comes back to you. You're now standing in the chamber once again with your master. But there's 4 figures in this room besides you. Here's your master, who you're standing behind. There's a woman with leathery wings coming from her back, small black horns coming from her forehead, red crimson skin. She looks over to you, she smiles, winks at you. Then to your left, you see a mass of eye stalks and a giant eye.
Oh no.
On each of the eye stalks is a glimmering piece of jewelry. You see that the essentially meatball that is floating in front of you is encased in what appears to be gold and jewel. It's encrusted on it, like it is part of its flesh. You then see to the far end a small gnomish figure who, that's weird. It feels as though you recognize them, but that's impossible. You've never seen a gnome down here before. Odd. And then you see the cloaked figure that was torturing your master before. He looks over all of you. It is almost time for our plans to begin. Incubus, have you prepared the boy? He looks over to his master. I believe I have, my lord. Get him ready. He'll be coming with me.
I
You
are
look around, slightly bewildered. Is he referring to you?
are
Then
my
your vision
parents in the
fades
room?
once again. No, they're not
Okay.
there. Your vision fades once again. You reappear, standing at the base of a mountain. The trees are lush, the wind is blowing, but you're sitting there with all but a staff and some books. You look up to your left. You see this cloaked figure. Now you see his hands are a very pale white. His features are very refined. He's human. You do notice. He looks at you. Do not disappoint me, boy. And then he puts his hand on your forehead. And then you feel your thoughts go hazy. And your mind begin to slip. And then your vision fades once again. Your vision comes back to you. You're in a forest. A small group of adventurers are chasing after a druid that you've been tailing for some time. They defeat this druid. You step out. Mayhem ensues. But they feel like friends. Your vision fades once again. You're in Whitestone. The party's going on. You see people dancing, having a good time. You see Zygon and Vesper dancing. You look around. Everything seems quiet. You then fade again. You appear once again, but now the bell is in front of you. Nothing else. Everything else is black. You just hear boom, 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 boom. Then in front of you is a angelic looking figure with white wings, a glowing halo above their head. They look to be about human size, but you know that they could be bigger. And they're just looking at you. What do you do?
Um, I I don't know. I just kind of I look around for a sec. Um, assuming that everything passed. I'm gonna kind of like go into a little bit of panic. Maybe kind of have like a little bit of kind of like the soul chirping.
Dreams.
Yeah, a little bit of
Yeah.
the screeching to start, and then I'm gonna remember um, what Patisse, is that his name?
Batiste.
I
Batiste.
remember what Patisse said, and I'm gonna calm down and remember that this is all just something I'm seeing.
Okay.
Um, who
So
are
this
you?
figure, blue skin, white, goldenish hair, female, comes down and she kneels next to you, for you're currently on your knees. My child, I fear what you will be going through soon. I can only give you one piece of advice. Beware of the harbinger of death. He will be coming. He is amongst you now. Be cautious, and try to guide him to the light. Beware. And you see she begins to glow with a radiant energy. It's blinding. You avert your eyes. She's gone.
What does that mean? What does that?
She's gone. Your vision begins to flash once again. You get all the visions at once. It's overwhelming. And then finally, you're back, sitting in front of Batiste. Well, that was... Are you okay?
I don't know. That was a lot. I think I'll be okay. But what? Um, I I remember most of what I saw. And it seemed like things that have happened in my life, but there was one vision that I don't remember happening in my lifetime at all. But it was a warning, so.
Well, many things happen when you drink this tea. But the fact that you're still conscious shows that you are of some sort of mental fortitude.
Uh,
But what do I know? I haven't done this in a long time.
God damn it. I never saw that one part, right? With the angel, the angelic figure.
Oh yeah, that has never happened to you.
Okay, cool.
Some of that stuff you do not remember.
No,
Like as you do not remember that stuff.
most of the stuff is more just like I know. I kind of just remember the consistency of how we had to be in the
But
Shadowfell.
the way that you remember getting to the material plane is very different than what that vision showed you.
Yes, I know that I came to the material plane, and for the most part, I'm not. I'm kind of confused, but the main part that I was focusing on for that was that angelic figure. The other part I'm gonna hold in my head because I feel like that's a little bit more dangerous for me to let anyone know because I don't remember that part. So thanks, Jacob.
We'll have to discuss that off camera.
It's cool. It's cool. I always like stuff that's part of my backstory that I don't know about. But yeah, I guess I'm just gonna kind of calm myself down. Well,
Okay.
am
Well,
I
now the
done?
real training begins.
What? That wasn't it?
You have to learn how to become one with the stone.
Then what was the point of that?
See if you had the mental fortitude to do it.
Um,
Your master had trouble with this.
I mean, I don't, I don't know how much Keyleth had to go through, but I know that my past is not exactly an easy one, so I can't imagine anyone else who's going through this is an easy one, so.
Hardship tempers stone. Maybe it will temper you as well. Don't let it erode you.
Okay.
Hey, he smacks you on the shoulder and gets up.
I'll get up too, slowly.
Your knees are a little shaky, dealing with what you just saw. You walk out of the tent, or hut, whatever you want to say. and the oasis that you were in is gone. You look behind you, the hut's gone. What did I tell you about stone? It's always moving.
What? Yes,
Come on.
it's always moving. No,
You
it's
can
always moving.
walk up a sand dune.
Stone is always moving. Okay. I follow him up the sand dune.
You guys walk 20 minutes, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. You don't know. Time is very strange in this place. You look around you, it's just desert. You don't see any creatures. You don't see anything. All you can see in front of you is Patisse. You're focusing on his back to try and stay with him, and then you see rock begin to jut out of his spine and to begin to encase him. He grows and grows until he's about 7 feet to 8 feet tall. Kind of hard to judge. He looks down at you. Do you know, what languages do you know?
If I can read this printout, this horrible printout of my sheet, real quick. I know. Okay, I know Druidic. I know. Is this important? Can you just tell me what language this is going to be, to, because I'll remember if I
Gotta
know.
double check. I was hoping that you would say it so that I would remember what it's called.
Primordial. It's the
Ooh,
elemental.
that might be right.
That's the elemental language.
Words are hard. I have to look something up in the book real quick.
Okay.
123. I thought it was 173. My bad. Sorry, everybody. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay. Then you do not know what he's saying. You just hear, and it sounds like boulders like rolling off. It just sounds like rock just colliding with other rock.
Okay. Is it definitely something I don't know?
Yes, it is 100% something you don't know.
Okay.
But this rock, it's white, like it's very crystalline, almost like quartz in its composition.
Okay. Yeah, I can't find what all I know. And
I need you to roll initiative.
Fuck. Damn it. Does it look like it's gonna attack me?
This is Patisse.
Yeah, I understand that.
Like, yeah.
But does he seem more aggressive?
He gets into like a stance, kind of like this, like a combat like stance.
Okay, so I got a 15.
15. Okay, you're going first.
Okay.
Wait, let me double check. Yeah, you're going first.
Can I use shit. I'm just gonna kind of assume I know what's going on. Can I use a bonus action to try and kind of figure out if this is if like he wants like a combat, like kind of like a strength combat?
Well, you remember that Keyleth said that combat was often involved in these trials.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Shillelagh as a bonus action on my staff.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna step towards him and try to hit him, just like
Okay,
whack him.
see if you hit.
Oh shit. It was not very good. Not very good at all.
It was not very good.
Let's just say
Not good.
I have a pretty good attack bonus right now. 16?
Spaghettios. What, 16?
Yeah.
That does not hit.
Yeah.
So you go to smack, and you feel you begin to shake as the diamond light or the quartz like structure just stands in front of you. He's then gonna try and hit you. He brings down his massive club of an arm, and you dodge out of the way. He's then gonna try and club you with his other arm. What's your armor class?
16.
16. He hits.
Okay. I have a little wooden shield that gives me the extra 2 protection, the extra 2 AC.
Okay. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as the fist slams down onto you.
Alright.
Okay, it's now your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to cast. I'm gonna cast Guardian of Nature as a bonus action. Um, Let me look that up real quick.
It's not in the player's handbook.
I know. It is a transmutation spell from. I can't see what's it from. Yeah, it's from something. So it's a transmutation spell, Guardian of Nature, and I'm gonna use the Great Tree. The caster's skin becomes rough like bark, and leaves grow from their hair. The transformation gives the caster additional strength and adeptness. The ground around the caster becomes more difficult to travel. Fuck. What was the full thing though?
Makes it difficult terrain, right?
Yeah, it makes it difficult to train within 15 feet of me, and then there's something else. It is a bonus action. Why is this not popping up? My gosh. Sorry, I am trying to figure this
You're
out.
fine.
I don't have my thing on me right now.
While Caleb is trying to find his stuff, remember everyone, we are also streaming tomorrow at 6.
Yup.
Um, we will be continuing the campaign. And then don't miss our weekly recaps. This one will be of episode 5 and 6, which are going up on YouTube. Five's already there. 6 is in editing,
Yep.
and we will be recapping that. But yeah, just stick with us. Keep spreading the word about us because it's really helping out. We're just 17 followers away from making affiliate, guys. So just hang in there with us. And that has been your ad break. Caleb, have you found the spell?
I know that. Okay, so I'm gonna cast that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and
So
cast.
instead of like bark, your skin begins to get rougher, almost like sandpaper, and your feathers begin to go slightly away, and your hair begins to have, or your feathers, I guess, begins to have like stone and like rock protruding from it. It seems as though your druid-based spells are affected by the plane that you're in. The same effect occurs though.
Interesting. And then I'm gonna cast Produce Flame. And I'm going to, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and attack him with Produce Flame.
Okay, roll to see if you hit.
Fuck. 20.
What'd you roll?
20.
20 hits.
Cool. That's 2d8s.
Ooh.
3, 2. Damn it. 5.
5 damage. Okay.
Great. Great job.
Hey, every little thing counts. Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I can get this real quick while you're doing your next thing.
Okay. So, if a rock monster could smile, it'd be smiling. But he goes to see if he hits you again. Another big slam comes down. He hits you. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy.
Did you get that?
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He slams you again. Just a 1-2 punch. You
Hey,
take.
damn it. I forgot to do my rests, even though I wanted to do that. That's a little frustrating.
You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks you square in this jaw.
Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, so I found it. You gain for Great Tree on bonus action Guardian of Nature. You gain 10 temporary hit points. You make Constitution saving throws with advantage. Dex and Wisdom based attack rolls with advantage. The ground within you is within 15 feet of you is difficult terrain. And I'm also on a website where I have all of my stuff up. So cool.
So you took 16 points of bludgeoning damage. In total, you take 29 this turn.
29 total.
Yeah. Well, don't add that because you already did the 13, right?
Well, yeah, I'll do the 13
And then 16.
and then another 16. So
Yeah.
53
There you go.
and then 43 and then it's actually 53 because of the There we go. Cool, cool.
It's now your turn.
Oh man, I didn't have a short rest, did I?
No.
Fuck. This is gonna be all spell based. Then I'm not even gonna be able to turn it into something. Oh man. I'm not gonna use my warlock spells. I feel like that would just be a really bad idea in this situation. I'm gonna cast Tidal Wave.
Okay.
From behind him. No,
Okay.
no, from the side of him. From the side of him, I'm gonna cast
Okay.
Tidal Wave. And that is a. You conjure up a wave of water that crashes down on an area within range. The area can be up to 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, and 10 feet tall. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 48 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. On a successful creature takes half as much and isn't knocked prone. The water then spreads out across the ground in all directions, extinguishing flames in its area within 30 feet, and it vanishes. So he makes a dex saving throw. I'm assuming that's against my spell saving.
I'll save DC.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Rock monsters are not very agile. He
Okay.
does not save.
Yeah, I have a 19 on my spell save. I've got a really high one right now because of a couple items I have on me.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
All right. So that's 4d8. I only have 1d8 on me. 2, 1, 4, 1, 8.
8 damage.
Damn it, that sucks. And he's knocked prone.
Okay.
Can I back up now that he's knocked prone since he won't be able to attack me? I'm gonna back up 10 feet.
Okay.
And then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So you see him knocked prone, and then you see him begin to sink into the sand, and then he's gone. And then behind you, he appears, slamming you once again. He misses. You narrowly dodge out of the way.
Okay.
And then he misses again. You dodge both blows. It seems as though his sneak attack did not work super well.
I'm gonna.
It is your turn.
So after just kind of dodging out of the way, kind of feeling like I knew some sort of sneak attack was coming, I'm going to go ahead and kind of like take a stance, and then I'm gonna try to hit him with the shillelagh again. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna hit
See
him
if
with
you
the
hit.
shillelagh. Shillelagh.
Shalala.
I'm pretty sure it's shillelagh, but I say shillelagh
Shalala.
from someone. I forget who got that in my head. I'm gonna hit him with a shillelagh.
Shalala.
It's cool. So it's my spell attack. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I have an advantage on my attacks. It wasn't good. It was a natural one for my second roll. A 16.
16 does not hit.
Damn it. How do I roll
Bonk
a
once
natural?
again. Okay, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. It's not good. It's a 5.
Okay, I got a 20. He grabs you with both of his large quartz hands, and he begins to squeeze. Okay. You take 17 points of bludgeoning damage as he begins to squeeze your body.
Shit. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Is it my turn? Jacob.
It is your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit as a bonus action.
Okay.
It's from Xanathar's Guide. You call forth the nature of spirit, soothe the wounded. So this is a fey creature that appears next to me, and I'm gonna step into that without break. Oh, am I still held by him, or did he drop me?
He did not drop you.
Shit. I'm still gonna cast it. I'm gonna cast it right next to me. And it's gonna be just a little kind of like a pixie flying in an
Yeah,
area.
you see, and it comes out, and you see its wings are kind of made of sand, and they're beating, and every time they beat, the sand falls to the floor, or I guess the ground at this point.
Okay.
It's a sand pixie.
Ooh, you know what? I might not be able to use that because I already have another thing.
Concentration spell.
Yeah, and I
You
might
want
have
to
to
drop the
also
other
make a
thing?
concentration for that spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
before you decide if you want to drop it or not, go ahead and roll,
Yeah,
because you took,
let me make sure that's a concentration real quick. It is. It's concentration. Okay, so I took
yeah, what
damage.
was the last damage you took? Wasn't it
14.
19?
14.
14? Okay, so the save is a 14.
I rolled an exactly 14.
Okay, so you save. You
Cool.
retain concentration.
Alright, so yeah, I'm not going to actually cast the Healing Spirit. I'm going to. Man, I can't get out of this freaking thing because I don't have any. I didn't have any animal or wild shapes
Beast
ready.
shaped.
Yeah. Beast shapes. Shit. Dude, that sucks. It sucks so much.
I love hearing players say that. It fulfills me.
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on him. And
Okay.
then, breaking it would not be a great idea because I can't break. I don't have any strength. Yeah, so I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on him. I love this. This is a fun fight that I'm losing really badly. Moonbeam
I need you to
is
make another strength saving throw.
okay. When a creature enters a spell area for the first time, or it starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames and causes searing pain and must
Beam
make
a
a
concentration
Constitution.
spell too. Thus, you see the plight of druids. Most of their good spells are concentration.
That sucks. I'm gonna try to break free before I do any
Okay.
more spells. I'm just
Make
gonna
a
try
strength
to
saving
break.
throw.
Fuck, this has to be
So
like
now you're going to be
12.
holding your action for breaking free.
13.
Nope. You wriggle and you kick, but he still got you in his grasp.
He's gonna knock me out so quick. This is a horrible fight for me.
It's his turn. He places you back on the ground, kind of politely. Just, and you look as his hands go away. Parts of the crystal break off and they stick to your sides, and the crystal begins to grow on your body and it begins to encase you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I think I have advantage on that. I think I actually have a chance. Oh my god. Guardian of Nature. This is so much worse than just notes that I have in my book. I think Guardian of Nature. Fuck. Come on, please. Open up. Open up. Open up. Open up. Clicking. Yeah, it's not wanting to open up. Guardian of Nature. Okay, I'm just gonna roll. Oh, there. Nope. That. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's Constitution saving throws with advantage. Constitution. Bum bum. 14. 16. 16.
16 does not succeed.
Fuck.
So, you see the crystal begin to glow up your body, and it finally hardens around you, and you are now a statue. Your vision begins to fade, and then you see a small light. What are you going to do?
Fuck the light. No. Damn it. Head towards the light, I guess.
Okay, so you begin to run towards the light. You see, as you're running, you see Braun smiling at you. You see all of your friends. You see Zygon, you see Thea, you see Anzu. Not you, you don't see yourself. You see all of them, if I forgot it. Oh, Lochnar. Can't forget Lochnar. You see all of them smiling at you. You stumble and fall. They pick you up. and they actually propel you forward. It's like an anime. They propel you forward, and then you break through the light, and then your vision returns, and your body begins to expand as the crystal breaks and shatters. And then you're standing there, and Patisse is standing there, and he's looking up at you, and he's, how does it feel?
Um,
You look down at your arms. They're rock. They're like this black obsidian lava-like rock, but they're yours.
it, uh, it feels stronger. I wasn't prepared for a fight, much less whatever this is going on.
As you're saying this, it just sounds like boulders rolling down a hill.
Do I understand
My thoughts exactly.
Oh no.
Now, I think we should get out of here. I'm a little tuckered out though, so do you think you could take us back?
How do I do that?
He gets on top of you. He climbs up like it's a mountain. Remember, the earth is malleable, but also strong.
Um, what does that mean, Jacob? I don't know what that means. Does my character know what that means more than me?
You know what it means?
uh, the Earth is malleable. I guess I'm gonna. I mean, I feel like I have to like try to like Earthbend or something right now.
Okay, so you start thinking, and you're like,
Hold on. Let me think more like less away from Avatar. I'm gonna try to think more on my studies of elemental travel for the planes and stuff, and just kind of like remember how we got in, and then also remember how I got out of the air elemental plane with Keyleth before.
so you begin to concentrate, and in your feet you feel tremors. You feel footsteps very far away, crashing through the sand. You concentrate, and then your body begins to sink into the earth itself, and you are now underground. But you can still feel around you the tremors. But then you feel one point, one singular point that feels stable.
But I'm gonna pick that point then.
Okay. So you start going towards that point, and you feel the earth shift and shake around you as you travel, but you're gliding through much like a ship through water, but it's earth. The earth just tumbles away from you. And eventually you get to a light, and you see a small beam of light that touches the ground. I think we should go up here. And he smacks the rock, and you just hear like a palm just smashing into rock. You come up, much like a land shark, and you crash land, kind of skid to a halt. And the beam is in front of you, and you see up above you blue sky.
Am I back on the material plane?
Not yet. All right. Now, I would suggest going back to normal. It's kind of hard on the rock to come up.
Um. Okay. How do I do that?
Any other way you would do it?
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of come out of it as I would in like beast
Body
shape
begins
or
to shrink. The rock actually just falls off. You see the rock arm fall away to reveal yours. The back comes off to reveal your back, and then finally the head of the elemental just clatters to the ground, and it's just you standing there. I haven't seen igneous rock in a while. That one's pretty cool.
Well, what does igneous rock mean, or what does is do?
Oh, there's nothing to it. It's just cool.
Oh, does everyone have different rock or something?
Everybody looks different.
I mean, you
I look like quartz.
you do look like quartz. I did figure that out. Um,
All right. Well, I'm hungry. Shall we?
uh, but
I don't do much fighting anymore, so it kind of takes it out of me.
I mean, I still didn't exactly win that fight, so I'm wondering.
Ah, Animus. You need to remember, winning a fight is not always a good thing.
I guess. I mean, there's certain fights I feel like need to be won, but
All right, we've got boulder soup waiting. Let's go.
boulder soup.
Oh, it's just a joke. We don't actually eat rocks. Let's go.
I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised, but okay.
Hey, I don't say you eat air lattes, do I?
Cloud macchiatos. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Starbucks,
So you
I'm
guys
sorry.
go back up. You land at the material plane. The sun has set now. It's probably about 8. You were in there a while. You were in there for probably 7, 8 hours.
Jeez. Um,
You never get used to the time dilation.
no, I mean, I haven't been in. I haven't really traveled to the elemental planes too much, so I really haven't had time to get used to it
Me.
ever.
I've
So,
been doing it for hundreds of years. It's hard.
um, Patisse, how did, how do you just change into one of those things? Like, is that
Oh,
something I can do, or
can you not can you not change into an air elemental?
I'm not quite there yet? No.
Hmm, interesting. Well, you should be able to do that anytime you want now.
Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Can
All
I
right.
actually do that?
So yeah, you guys begin to walk. You can now access earth elemental.
Fuck yeah, let's go! That's so
Also,
sick.
you level. All right, everybody, that's how we're going to end tonight's
Oh
session.
shit! I leveled
Please join us
and oh my
tomorrow
god.
for the full group. I hope you enjoyed our little side quest here with Animus, and I hope you guys reflect on some of the visions that he had, as I'm sure Caleb will.
There's at least one or
Uh,
two that I'm sitting here thinking very strongly about, and I need to talk a little bit with Jacob about, so.
but we'll see you tomorrow night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and see you Sunday.
See you guys.